Hi, it's me, Curtis, and welcome to our show. I'm standing in one of those spots that you just look at it and it almost brings tears of joy to your eyes. For those of you not familiar with the Bay Area, let me give you a little tour. The tip of my finger is Alcatraz, the Rock they call it. And beyond that, Berkeley, Oakland. Come a little closer and you see the Oakland-San Francisco Bay Bridge. To my right, San Francisco. And that beautiful red thing, the Golden Gate Bridge. I never get tired of looking at that bridge. I love it up here. Okay, let's talk about the show today. I've got a recipe for pasta Primavera. I think you're gonna love it, and you're gonna see how easy it is to make. Also, if I have enough time, I'm gonna share with you the recipe I prepared for Julia Child and Paul Prudhomme. The very same day I served it to both of them. Peace, remember, it's about spreading love. Let's go cook. As they're gonna go into the pan, start with the onion and we end with the Parmesan cheese, right? Okay, so slice the onion in half already. And I think all I'm going to need is like half an onion because it's just Lisa and me tonight. So our shallot is next. Shallot is next. It's a gorgeous little cross between onion and garlic. Using a lot of French cooking. Garlic is next. Gorgeous Gilroy garlic. Now, just break it open. I absolutely love garlic. And if you've seen me work with it, I like to, it's that oil that we really want to cook with. So a lot of times I'll press the garlic. However, with this dish, I want it, I want the garlic to not only be a flavor. I also want it to be an ingredient. So in other words, it's a large piece. I want you to be able to tell that you're biting into garlic with this dish. So I'm going to chop it, okay? Just mince it a bit. We always reserve the right to add more garlic, okay? Yellow squash is next. Then we'll do the tomatoes. When buying yellow squash, what do I want you to look for? I just want you to look for, a pretty vegetable. It's nice and firm. If it's been trimmed or dark spots on the end, stay away from that. This is a gorgeous squash. And I like to just take my squash, I'll cut it like so, and then I'll cut it in half. This is another item. Be careful what you put in the mulch pile because there's a lot of seeds in your yellow squash and that will grow on you if you are not careful. And then I'll just make long cuts, just pretty like so. And then we'll dice. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's make a little room here so you can see these nice beauties, these little darlings. My darling, darling baby. Who sings that song? The Four Tops, I believe it is. Okay, and I like to take the paring knife, and you can cut them any way you like because they're going to break down in the sauce. Isn't that a gorgeous tomato? Wow. They are so sweet and juicy. And all that flavor is going to come out in our sauce. Do our beautiful pepper. That's a gorgeous orange pepper. Last, our green onions. We've washed those. And just do a little, if you need to do a cleanup there, I think I'll just take and snip that off. A little surgery on that green onion. And we're going to trim the roots. 86 those. And now let's just chop it real good. And the scallions will go in towards the end after we've got everything sauteed up. We'll put that in with the fresh basil, the oregano. We'll check for seasoning. Remember, green onions, scallions, are a very versatile vegetable. Don't just think of them as being used on your mashed potatoes or your baked potato. Get a little creative. You get outside the box and try green onions as a side dish. Our spinach, we've got the fresh basil and the oregano, and I'm just going to take and tear these off, and we'll add them to the pan towards the end. We're ready to go to the stove top. Shall we go cook? Now that's fresh oregano. These are such small, beautiful twigs. I'm going to just chop that because that's not very woody. You know, see how it snaps there? If it was a big, like this piece right here, we'll strip the oregano leaves off, dice those or mince those, and add them to our dish. Fresh oregano does not take long to cook like you would the dry oregano. Remember, you've got to rehydrate that, bring that up, bring that back to life, the dry herbs. Oh, that smells so good. Here's that tomato paste I was telling you about. Also, and I brought a little bit of sugar just in case we need to offset the acid in the tomatoes. Let's get started. Now, oil should be nice and hot now. Let's go ahead and add our onion. Yes, listen to that. Woo. Love that sizzle. Allow those to cook for about 3 to 5 minutes. I want them to really start to caramelize. I want to bring out as much natural sugar in this as possible, okay? Nice. We want to let those brown up nicely. Just bring all that natural sugar out. We talk about caramelization in cooking, and that's what it is, just to bring that natural sugar out, natural sweetness. I used about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in there. I'm going to add my shallots next, my eschalot. Those are members of the onion family. Again, we want those to caramelize. We want the sugar to come out. So just take your time. Don't rush it. Just let it cook. Start to finish, you can have this dish done in 20 minutes. You know? However, if you really want to bring out all the flavors, give yourself a little longer, maybe 25 to 30 minutes to allow those vegetables to sweeten up. One of the great things about meat-free cooking is that you don't have to worry about undercooking anything, because those vegetables, remember, the closer they are to raw, the more nutrients that the body can take in. I guess I could say that a little easier. The closer they are to raw, the more nutrients they provide. How's that? When you're a one-person show and you don't have great producers to help you when you stumble, it's interesting. Today, I think I shared with you earlier that I'm trying something new. I've got a 2-camera shot. I've got my overhead camera that's on the food, and I've got a close-up camera so that I can talk with you. It's interesting. I'm in the process of learning how to drop these in together. I want to have a side-by-side. I want to have the overhead shot so you can see the food cooking, while there's a close-up on me, and I'm giving you hopefully good information. And it smells so good. Those shallots bring out just this beautiful aroma. I'm going to add my orange peppers right now. And remember, if you don't have orange peppers, you can use yellow or red, any of those gorgeous sweet peppers. I'm going to add some of my garlic. Now the house, Lisa's back there watching the Academy Awards, I believe. So the house is going to start to really smell good, that is. And she's going to come running, I'm sure. So I'm going to add about 1/3 of my garlic. Remember, I want garlic to do several things. 1, add that great garlic flavor. 2, the aroma that comes out. And 3, I want you to notice that the garlic is in here. I'm going to have enough pieces that are not fully cooked that you can bite into. Oh, that's so good. Raw garlic, good stuff. And it keeps the vampires away. So they say on the originals, which was filmed in my hometown, my other hometown, Conyers, Georgia. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Now, you see the shot up top, how all that beautiful sweet stuff is coming out. Ooh! Let's add our yellow squash next. And if you want to, you can add a little bit of salt here. Salt helps to bring moisture out of food, okay? Like, like salt cured, it dries things out. So we're bringing the moisture out. Now take your time here. We'll toss everything over a couple of times. Let this cook. Yellow squash. Love that stuff. Gonna add my tomatoes now. Those beautiful cherry tomatoes. I've got red, I've got orange. I think there might even be a green one or 3 in there. And all that juice, I want that tomato juice in there. Turn everything over. Now let that cook. I'm going to add just a bit more olive oil. Took more of my garlic. We've got about 1/2 of the garlic in the dish now. It smells so good. Add a little bit of pepper in here. I'm going to place a lid on just to help bring that moisture, trap the moisture in the pan. It's one of the tips I gave early in television, in my television career, that when you add a lid, it traps all that beautiful flavor, those liquids that are in your produce items, right? You know, that whole process of gases becoming water, they rain down in the earth, then they go up into the food, right? So when we cook it, you know, cooking is just a process of drying things out. So all that wonderful liquid, that H2O, all that we're like 99% made of, right? It starts to evaporate out. So if you put a lid on top of that, it keeps all that liquid in there. All that flavor stays in. It also helps to cook your food items from the bottom as well as the top. Now watch this. See with the overhead shot. the condensation. That's all that beautiful liquid. We're going to keep it in the pan right there. See that? Oh, I just love cooking for you and Lisa too. Oh, it smells so good in here. I think I'm going to go ahead and drain my pasta so it'll be ready to rock. I'm going to go ahead and get my Parmesan cheese ready. Everything's just about ready. Let's see how the pasta's coming along. Oh, see all that beautiful moisture that we keep in the pan? The sauce is coming along. Wow, look at that. Gorgeous. Now, I'm going to give it my first taste. My test for taste. I love saying that. At this point, I can decide if I need to, you know, add a little sugar or something like that to offset that acid. Bellissimo. Wow. I'm going to turn my flame down just ever so slightly. And I'm going to add my herbs, my basil and oregano, about half of it. I want to get it mixed throughout the dish. Lower that heat a little more. I'm also going to make an opening in the middle of the dish to add my spinaccio. And I'll place the lid back on to help to cook that spinach down quicker, okay? Just going to wilt it in, wilt it down in the dish, get it all in there. Let's add the last of our garlic right on top of that spinaccio, along with the green onions. And I'm going to add the rest of our herbs right there. And about a teaspoon of that gorgeous Italian tomato paste. Let's turn these over a bit. I'm going to turn that. I'm going to lift it off the flame. Get that turned over. Oh, this smells so good. We'll get our pasta drained and put it into the pasta serving bowl. Beautiful. Now here's a trick I've learned. I was doing a show way back in the day at the Food Network with an Italian gentleman down in near Cincinnati. And he would take a little bit of the pasta water and add to his sauces. Think about that. That's just starch, the starch that comes from the pasta, and it would help to make the sauce thicker and richer. So maybe we'll add a few tablespoons of that pasta starch. That's about a quarter teaspoon right in there. Mix that in. The lid will go on. We'll add some butter to finish her up. Oh, that's beautiful right there. Check for your seasoning, salt, pepper, whatever else you might need to add. And we'll go to town in un momento, por favor. Spanish and Italian, I'm mixing the two. They're close languages, right? I think I'm going to add just a pinch of the sugar. Not much. It's beautiful. Close to time to serve. Lisa, you getting hungry, baby? Pasta dish is looking pretty good. I've got my beautiful Parmesan cheese, a little salt and pepper there. Got some extra parm. Let's go ahead and add our pasta Primavera sauce to it. Wow, this looks so good. I want to get all that beautiful juice out of there into that pan. And I'm going to let that hot vegetable mixture sit there just for a minute while I just let that kind of drain down. Sprinkle a little parm on it, a little more parm on the top. Ooh. Never have too much parm, can you? Just like garlic. Hey. All right, let's serve it up and see what we got. I'm always shooting to make Mama Latanzio proud. I say that. And years ago, You know, I learned so much from the Latanzio family. Mama and Papa used to come out here and hang with Vince and Sue over in Belmarin, and I remember Papa Latanzio, Rocco, big Rocco, would go out and get mussels out of the bay there and cook them. It was incredible. And early days of Food Network, Mama Latanzio was just with some friends down in Florida talking about, you know, she knows this person on the Food Network, blah, blah. She was just, you know, yeah, he's like Vince's brother, Vince and Sue's brother, and out in California. And we were out there talking, and she's watching the show, the Food Network on, my show came on, and I was doing a recipe that Mama Latanzio had taught us. It was just, taught me. So it was fabulous. Okay, let's give it a bite. I'm talking too much. Let's eat some. This is a good one. I'm not gonna cook it if it ain't good, right? Wow. Buon appetito. Try the recipe out, please. See you soon. Remember, spread love. It's always about spreading love. See you soon. Sweetheart is ready. Did Viola Davis win the Academy Award? Hello, friends. It's me, Curtis. Did you miss me? Today, oh, look at this bouquet of beautiful. What do you think that is? No, it's not broccoli. It's broccolini. Beautiful vegetable. Yes, it's in that broccoli family. It's a cross between, you know, the broccoli we're familiar with and Chinese broccoli. It has a much longer stem, and it's a little smaller, and the entire stem is edible. It's not really chewy. What can I tell you about this vegetable? I think former President Bush would have loved this. He didn't care for broccoli, but broccolini might have done it. I'll share a story with you about my first time in the White House when Bush won, and his wife Barbara made me feel so at home. And a good recipe too. Okay, so when buying broccolini, what should you look for? Well, I always say let your eyes be the guide. The tops should be closed tightly. Full disclosure, I bought this about 2, maybe 3 days ago. I like to buy things and just see how long they'll last in the fridge. One of my rules has always been buy what you can use within 3 days. However, as your, produce person, expert, whatever, I don't like the word expert, I do like learning about fresh fruits and vegetables. So I buy things to see how long they will last in the fridge. I'll sometimes store them in a paper bag or plastic container just to see how long I can stretch them out. But my big rule, remember, buy what you can use within 3 days. Freshest is bestest, right? So the stems or the tops, the florets should be closed tightly. Should have a fresh aroma. When they start to, vegetables, when they pass their peak, they kind of let you know. It's almost like a baby's diaper, a bad diaper. Get it? Get it? Got it. Okay. The stems should be firm, okay, but not rock hard. That means they're immature. These look beautiful. Look at that little snap there. The whole thing, now, unlike broccoli, this whole stem, when you steam it, it's going to be great, okay? Now, with my broccoli, I'll usually trim the stem and just use that inside core, especially when I'm making like a broccoli stem slaw. Absolutely fabulous. Hey, enough chit-chat. Let's go cook. Curtis Jr., myself, and Ms. Bush, Barbara Bush. After seeing the baby crying, she says, "Can I help change the diaper?" I go, "No way, Madam First Lady. It's a job for Dad." We've got our broccolini washed, and the prep for this is so easy. I'm just going to trim the bottoms of the stems like so, and arrange them in my saute pan. And notice, I'm not taking very much off of these stems because they are so tasty. Lisa loves broccoli. And I don't know if I have prepared for her broccolini in the 2+ years we've been, what's the word? You know, hanging out, being together, couple of what? We don't know. So I'm just gonna arrange it in the pan like so. And I tell you what, well, she doesn't like being on camera. Maybe we can have her taste it off camera and give you her oohs and ahs, or, oh no, it's terrible. All right, so she won't say that, I'm sure. Okay, I've arranged in the pan. Again, the same technique, a little water over the top, about half a cup, and I'm wetting the vegetable there. And then some salt and pepper. Again, I like that Himalayan salt. I'm gonna just a few turns. And then we'll flip it over and add some fresh ground pepper. Okay, and of course, you know, add more or as little as you would like. And then just a bit of vegetable oil. I'm using olive oil again, not too much. I'm just going to drizzle it over the stems as well as the florets. Okay. Now let's turn this heat on, high heat, and again, the broccolini. If you like it more al dente, about 3 to 4 minutes. If you like a little more soft, like we do in the South, I'm going to let it cook between 5 and 6 minutes on a high heat of steaming. So the time is, looks like 11:39 by the apple on my wrist. We'll check it in about 3 minutes. Ooh, by the old apple on the wrist is about 3 minutes. Now take a look at that. Is that beautiful or what? So it's edible right now. Has a little crunch to it for those of you who love the al dente. Let's see, I'll take a little bite there. That's really good. However, for me, I like it cooked a little longer. So we're gonna leave that on for about 3 more minutes. By the old apple on the wrist, that is 45. So that's about 6 minutes we've been cooking our broccolini. I'm gonna turn the burner off and I'll show you how much water has cooked out. See that? Now look at the color, that rich color. Oh, it's just bolded up. I've got 2 plates here, one for me and one for Lisa. I guess I'll be the square and she can be the circle, or she wants to be the circle, she can. Circle takes the square. What's that game? All righty. Isn't that beautiful? Baby trees. Remember when the kids were young, would call the broccoli to get them to eat it baby trees? Well, that is beautiful, just gorgeous broccolini. Well, let's get down to the tasting. If you want, you can put a little butter on top of that, or more olive oil, or you can use that flavored olive oil like we have with the black truffle oil. Okay, of course, anything you serve broccoli with, broccolini I think will be great with as well. And I like to sometimes just have vegetables. So let's do that. Let's come back and taste it. Okay, here we go. The time to do the pudding, as I say, put it in your mouth, see how it tastes. So Lisa's off camera. We're gonna get her reaction. I'm gonna try the broccolini. Ooh, what do you think, baby? Is that good?
Love it.
Yay! All right, so now.
I even like the stems.
You like the stem? Yay! All right, so y'all see that now. I should use a fork and knife and fork, but who cares? I'm gonna just take it and bite the head off. That's really good stuff. Wow. Broccolini. If you haven't tried it, try it. Get some more. Peace out. Spread love. Do something good today for somebody other than yourself. Make them broccolini. You want more, baby? You got enough. Good. Yay. Peace out.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, C.G. Aikens. Happy birthday to you, my baby boy.
Love you, baby.